It's time now to check in with career coach and generational consultant Lindsay Baccardo. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning. It's so good to see you.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. Nice to see you too. Okay,
Yes.
So much is stagnant in our world right now. I mean, from sometimes our health, sometimes our education, sometimes our enthusiasm. But you say that we can still find ways to move forward career-wise.
That's right. And I'm also seeing a lot of my clients are kind of going into existential crisis because we've been here long enough and they're like, is this my life now? Is this all I'm going to do forever? And so I want to give you a couple little things you can do. You don't have to, change your whole life tomorrow.
Right.
Every step doesn't have to be super drastic, but there are little things that you can do to increase the quality of your life, to feel better, and to keep moving forward.
Let's go ahead. Number one.
All right. Number one is what I call a stoplight exercise. You can do this on an Excel sheet. You can do it on colored paper. You need a red, a yellow, and a green. The green things that you do at work are the things that you signed up for that are on your job description. They're also the things that you are naturally good at and that you're happy to do and that you enjoy. That's green. Yellow, you're like, this isn't really on my job description. I've been doing it though, and I'm not really trained for it. It's kind of difficult for me. Red is, how did I end up doing this? I'm horrible at it. It's draining. How did I get to this point? Once you know the different behaviors you're doing in each section, you can have a very meaningful conversation with your manager. A lot of times I see people come, high achievers, they come to me and they just say, oh, I'm so burned out. I'm not enjoying this. My boss doesn't care about me. And what it actually is, especially right now, is that your manager has no idea that you're feeling this way. They don't know what you specifically have on your plate that needs to be taken off. So that's that first exercise. A good manager will want to work with you and help you get clear on your responsibilities. It makes a huge difference.
Should we factor in at all the situation that we're in right now with the pandemic? Perhaps somebody where you work has been sent home or is self-quarantining, so maybe you're temporarily having some yellows or some reds, but if they stay on your plate, that's when they become a concern?
That's exactly right. We all are really flexing around each other at this point, aren't we? We're all trying to kind of link arms and get through this time. There is also a limitation that we all have to live within. And I see this even in, not-for-profits that love their mission, that lead their mission. They're saying, hold on, we have to reorganize our priorities because the people that are able to work full-time right now are burning out. And so these are conversations that have to come from us. We have to be willing to say what's too much. So that's the first exercise. The second one, this is a toughie, but it's to shift our own perspective, because a lot of times when we are under stress, we look at everyone else and we think it's their fault. That's why this is happening, and it's their problem. And ultimately, as a team member or as an employee, we all create the culture that we have to live in. And so if you want to change career paths, you don't want to be known as the person that everybody didn't like. You want to be known as the person that was helpful, that showed gratitude, that, told other people when they were doing something well, that came to meetings prepared. So even if you're thinking, I'm getting out of here real soon, just do a gut check, do a little attitude check, and make sure that you're not burning your bridges before you go. You're going to want those people on your team.
Well, and a lot of these professional worlds are smaller than we think. People talk, and it's not just it's not the resume, it's not just the LinkedIn. Somebody knows somebody where you're coming from. They're going to, you might shine in the interview and on your resume, but people are going to get the dirt on you if there's dirt to get.
That's exactly right. Well, especially in Indiana, what I love about Indianapolis and Indiana is that, we are warm, we're hospitable. We also know each other. You get to know people very quickly. It's not hard to do that. So you're exactly right. Your reputation precedes you. And then the third one is to follow your curiosity. So I'm not saying go to monster.com and go, oh, what job openings are available today? But say, what career paths am I genuinely interested in, and who can I shadow? I have a client right now who's thinking, I really want to work with animals. I'd like to shadow a vet. I'd like to shadow somebody who trains horses. So before she makes a big jump, she's able to go and just follow her curiosity a bit. It's a lot more stressful to change a career path when you quit and you don't have something lined up.
Exactly.
So take time to follow your curiosity. I had a client who wanted to be an air traffic controller because it sounded cool and they make a ton of money. And then once he actually just Google a day in the life of blank, whatever you're interested in. Once he did that, he's like, never mind, Lindsay, I don't want to do that job. It's stressful. So what we think is cool and what we would actually enjoy may be different. And overall, the best way that we can prepare for our future is to keep growing at any point, know in your mind, where am I growing? How do I want to continue to evolve? That will incrementally direct your career path every day.
Well, and I like to say, actually Google it, the career, and then talk to someone who's in it. Because I'm not blaming Hollywood, but a lot of times we see some stylized versions of what we think it is. You know, I know people that got into journalism from a movie or a TV series, or want to get into politics because of West Wing. And I'm like, man, you got to find out the reality of it.
That's exactly right.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for accepting my Facebook friendship. I was a little nervous because I didn't want to be that guy and like, oh man, I only talk to this guy like once a week, and I was like, oh, and I was like, so I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm glad we're connected.
I've enjoyed that interaction too. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
All right, LindsayMcConnor.com. We'll put the link on IndyStyle.tv.